So before, give me a moment. All right. So let's start the masterclass. So before we start, right, first of all, thank you so much for joining the today's masterclass organized by Ellipse Education. Let me introduce myself first, right? Hello, everyone. I am Abhishek Agarwal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I have done my graduation in NIT Raipur in 2016, and after that, I worked 1 year, 1.5 year in data analysis, data science domain. And then in my consulting firm, I was working with Synity, right? There I got a Azure data engineering project, which I learned it and delivered end to end. And since then, I am working in Azure data engineering field. It has been 8 to 9 years now. I delivered like multiple data migration projects. I delivered multiple the migration project from Hadoop to Spark cluster, right? And I started this teaching journey back in COVID timing. Then I started teaching because I was working remotely and I got some free time. So I started this teaching journey during that time. uh, Started with my friends, and then they referred their friends, and then soon it formed a company called Ellipse Education, where we train and help people to learn Azure data engineering, AWS data engineering, Snowflake data engineering. So it's all focused around data engineering in general, cloud data engineering in general. That is what we do, right? So this is a bit about me, right? So if I show you my journey, right? So I basically graduated from 2012, 2016 from NIT Raipur, and I haven't started with very fancy package. I started with a very basic 3 LPA package in 2018, right? And I jumped in Synity in 5 LPA package, right? And as I told that I learned Azure Data Engineering in Synity, right? So I switched to a new company called GVA. Here I worked for a couple of months, like 4 or 5 months, and then I got a better offer. So I went to Smith Reduction, and then I switched to Northern Tool again. Again got a better hike and switched to 33 LPA package. And then I wanted during this time itself, like in 2023 itself, I started working with Aldi. Why I started working with Aldi? Because like I got an opportunity that like I applied abroad, and I got an opportunity with Aldi suit in Germany. So I came here and I started working here, and then I left Northern Tool. So in my LinkedIn profile, you'll not see ZBI, you'll not see Northern Tool, because I worked for 2 3 months over there, and then I haven't worked more than that because I got a better opportunity. So I switched. So I switched multiple jobs in India, and then I also switched the job from India to Europe, and then I got a job here directly in Europe, right? Why I'm showing you this? Reason being that I want to show that many of the people who are here, and then like they also want to switch to Azure data engineering field, and some of you are like want to switch into like a different salary bracket and different salary range, and some of you has an inspiration to go abroad. So I want to tell you that it's possible. Reason being that I started from a very like not a very fancy package, and then I grown it like from a different salary bracket, and also moved myself to abroad, right? That I have done. And as I told that I started this teaching journey in 2013, helped like not like too many people, but I helped like 200 people because I was working remotely, right? And then I launched education in 2014. I started like training people on Azure first. Then we launched the AWS program. Then we launched the Snowflake training program. And then till now, we trained around 3,000 people globally. Most of the people are from India, then from Europe, then from US, right? So we basically trained the professional across the globe, right? That is what we have done. All right, so this is a bit about myself. Okay, give me a moment. I will correct my mic. I think there is some problem with my mic. Give me a moment. All right. So at any point of time, if my screen is not visible or if my voice is not clear, please type in the chat. I'm regularly checking the chat. Okay, so this is a bit about myself. Okay. Now, like before we basically start, right, I want to know that like what's the general audience. So if it would be really good that if you guys can write about yourself that hey, I am from Power BI background, having 2 years of experience, and then I am from SSIS background, having 3 years of experience. I am from Informatica. I am from admin. Like so, you can write a bit about yourself so that I can know the general audience in general. Okay. Until that point, I will show you my LinkedIn profile and then I will show you the website as well, which we have. Until that point, you can write about yourself, like not very in detail, but a few lines so that I know a general audience and I can take a masterclass accordingly. Okay, so it would be really helpful if you can write a bit summary about yourself, like, hey, 2 years of experience, Power BI background, 3 years of experience, Informatica background, 10 years of experience, admin background, right? So it would be really helpful if you guys can write about yourself. And then like this is my LinkedIn profile in general. Okay, so if I show you about myself, right? So as I told you that I basically started like I have done my graduation in 2016 from NIT Raipur, and then I started working with like Eli Labs section. I started my Azure data journey from here, and then I switched to Smith detection. I switched to like all these sort, and then in between I worked with like Zebia Northern tools as well, which is not written over here, right? Because I worked for a couple of years only. So this is about my LinkedIn profile, right? You can check out my LinkedIn profile. I post many good content as around like Azure data engineering, AWS data engineering. So you can check out my LinkedIn profile as well. And then this is our website. Here you can like check out the different training program which we provide, right? Which is we focus only and only delivering the high quality content around Azure data engineering, AWS data engineering, or a Snowflake data engineering. So most of the content or most of the like all the training program is centered around cloud data engineering only, right? That is what we provide. Okay, so this is the LinkedIn profile and this is the like website in general, right? So let me go through the profile, the people who are here, right? So some people are 3 years of experience, full stack developer. Some people are having like a ETL background or a PySpark background. Some people are having like the Power BI background, Oracle background, right? So these are the general people like the experience has, and some people are data engineering, some people are Teradata, right? So now, like across, like whenever I started my training journey, right, I have seen people coming from different backgrounds, right, and I trained people coming from a different background. So I trained people like from a Power BI background, Informatica background, SSIS background, admin background, data analyst background, right? So they are there are many profiles and all these people like because sometimes you feel that I am from SSIS background or I am from database administrator, so am I the only one who is coming to data engineering, right? So that kind of feeling you have. So I want to tell you that like you are not alone. Like many of the people from database background, analyst, Power BI background, Informatica developer, SSIS developer come and switch data engineering and learn about data engineering. And then I have also seen people who are from mainframe background, DevOps background, sales background, marketing background, non-tech background, right? Some people are .NET like developer, right? They also come and learn data engineering, right? So it's basically possible, and you are not alone. I have trained all these profiles across the globe, so it's there, right? You can also learn and switch data engineering without any problem. Okay. And then like all of you guys have this kind of a like general question, right? Suppose like whenever you want to switch, these are the general question which you might have that hey, I am from like what is cloud in general? I don't know, right? Why Azure only? What is the future about Azure, right? AI is coming, so what's the future about Azure, right? What is data engineering? I don't know about data engineering, right? Then some of you has a like a question about that hey, like I am 5 years of experience, I am 10 years of experience, can I switch? How I can switch? I am a fresher, right? I don't know SQL, I don't know Python, or how I can learn like what are the tools, what are the coding languages required, how much coding is required, right? Then if you have a question about like I am from Power BI background, I am from SSIS background, I am from admin background, I am from testing background, support background, I am from sales background, marketing background, can I switch? How I can switch?
right? And then sometimes people have a question about how we will do projects, how we will practice on live projects, right? How many projects we will cover, right? How we can ask, like how we can handle scenario based question in the interview, right? And then how we can show our experience, right? So all these questions if you have, and what are the certification we can do, what is the salary range which we can expect worldwide, right? So all these question people have, right? So in the today's masterclass we'll make sure that all these questions are answered. So I will make sure that all these questions are basically answered in today's masterclass. That is the whole agenda of that masterclass, right? So we'll make sure that as per your profile, how you can learn and switch data engineering, switch to data engineering. I will try to make sure that, okay, no matter if you have a 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience, 5 years of experience, 10 years of experience. So be interactive and make sure that by end of the masterclass you are like you are able to understand how you can switch and learn data engineering, right? So that we will make sure, okay? So but what I have also understood, these are the common problem IT professional have right now, or if you are from non-tech background, these are the common problem that all of you are basically working in a outdated technology, right? The technology is basically outdated, okay? And then whenever you want to learn, for example, like the technology is outdated and now you want to learn, right? You want to learn. So what you do, you basically like go and search in some sort of, like, suppose if I want to learn Azure, right? What I will do, I will go to naukri.com and I will try to search, hey, for Azure data engineering, what are the skill set or what are the tools I need to learn, right? So I will go and search it, and then I list down it, right? I need to learn Databricks, I need to learn PySpark, Python, I need to learn data warehousing, I need to learn like PySpark, I need to learn like data lake, data factory, I need to learn, like, again, if I go Azure architecture, I need to learn data modeling, I need to learn data warehousing, I need to learn SQL, I need to learn, like, you will data fabric, right? I need, if you keep on scrolling, you will list down many tools, and then you will go to YouTube and then you will try to search, hey, I want to learn like Azure data engineering or data factory, and then you'll search about it, and then there are many videos, you will watch it, and then you will be really confused that, hey, what to learn, how to learn, how much I need to learn. Those questions will come and then you'll get confused. And all of you are working professional and all of you have a job already, so it's very difficult to invest time on research, decide something, and then have a very focused roadmap that, hey, like what I need to really learn, that is very difficult, right? So follow a clear roadmap. So these are the common problem, like confused that how many what are the tools you need to learn, no clear roadmap you have, you don't have a time to research and then try to decide something, right? And then when you decide as well, you will face problem in like explaining those things in the interview, right? So these are the common problem a IT professional have. Suppose I am also trying to learn new things nowadays because the technology is changing. So these are the common problem which I also face, right? So suppose I first need a very clear roadmap, and then I don't have a much time to invest in research and all of that. I need someone to guide, right? And this is the solution which I suggest, right? So you need you need a focused learning, you need a limited tools so that you can learn it, right? And then you to invest time wisely. You cannot invest time too much on research and then deciding something. So you need a very clear roadmap given by a mentor or a professional who is working on that industry, so that he can guide you what is the quickest roadmap to follow. And that is what we do. That is what we used to do, right? In the past as well, in when I was in college, I used to go to a particular person who is a topper in the college, and then I used to ask them that, hey, what is the important topic which I need to learn, rather than learning everything, because I cannot learn everything because I do have a limited time, okay? So that is more important, okay? So here, like we will decide on clear roadmap, what is the clear roadmap which you need to follow to become a Azure data engineer, rather than focusing on too many things, where rather than focusing on like very much research, right? So I will try to suggest you what is the best roadmap which you can follow based upon my experience. So that is what I will suggest you, okay? And then this clear roadmap which I will be showing you is also followed, done by many professional, and then like many of the professionals has already done in the past across like different places, different industry, and then they secured a job as well. For example, Harshit is working in Expelio. He's one of my student. done finished the college in London, and then he got a job at 50 LPA in Expolio. Jaskaran, he was also working in India, right? Got a job in 30 LPA. Badal, he's also working in Eon right now, right? And he got a job at 25 LPA. Abhinav, who secured a job, he was from marketing background, secured a job at 20 LPA. Ritu is from commerce background. She learned and switched the job at CGI, right? And it's all real, right? It's I can show you the LinkedIn profile of each and everyone, right? Because sometimes people join virtually and then feel that, hey, this guy just pasting photos and all that, but each and everyone is basically real, and I can show you the LinkedIn profile of each and everyone, right? So now, like, this is possible and this is doable if you try to follow a clear roadmap. You are not getting distracted, you are learning on a focused direction. It's possible, right? And all these professionals are taught by me, trained by me. Okay, all right. So now, like, before we understand the roadmap, it's very important to understand basics, right? Basics as in what is cloud, what is data engineering, right? And why Azure only. So we will try to dissect, we will try to go deep into it, and then we will try to understand everything one by one. Okay. So rather than like jumping around the tools and specific skill set, we will follow a clear roadmap and clear understanding. Okay. So be attentive, ask question, and then I will make sure that you in the today's masterclass you are able to understand how to switch. Okay. All right. So now let's try to understand what is cloud in general, right? So let's try to understand this. What is cloud in general? Okay. So to understand cloud, uh, I will try to give you an example, right? So suppose when I was in college, I was trying to use I was going to an internet cafe and used to use their computer and used to pay them like 20 rupees an hour or 30 rupees an hour, right? That is what I used to do, right? Why? Because I don't want to use my own, like, I don't have a computer, and then I don't want to use computer because I don't have a requirement to use it always, right? So I want to use it whenever I do have a requirement, and I want to use a good computer, right? That is what I want to do. So if you think about it, that is what the cloud is. Here you are trying to use someone else hardware, someone else computer, and you're paying for it. Okay. So what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer, you're paying for it. Okay. So the what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is nothing but the practice of using a network of remote server hosted on the internet to store, manage, process data rather than your local computer. So you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer, paying for it. Okay. And here the cloud providers are Amazon, Microsoft, GCP, VMware, all these are cloud provider, and you are using their computer, you're using their hardware, you're using their services, you're paying for it. Okay. And you are paying as much as you use it, right? So it's on demand, it's pay as you go, right? So as much as you use it, you need to pay for it accordingly. Okay. Now, what is the benefit of using cloud? So for to understand this, I will again give a very simple example. So I was using pen drive in the past. Now I don't use a pen drive. Why I don't use a pen drive? Because if my pen drive is full, I need to go to the market and upgrade my pen drive, right? So upgrade is very difficult. If I want to share something with my friends, I need to hand over the pen drive to them, which is collaboration is very difficult, right? And at the same time, like, if my pen drive is corrupted, I will lose all the data, right? And also, if I want to purchase a new pen drive, I need to go to the market, purchase it, right? So it's all difficult, right? So that is why we all, like, we don't have a pen drive right now. We either purchase a Google storage, or we either purchase some sort of a Dropbox and those cloud storage because of the convenience of it, right? Similar to that, like, all the companies are doing that because it's advantages, right? Upgrade is very easily collaborated, right? Handled by process provider, right? So because of all these advantages, every individual is also moving to the cloud, and every corporate is also moving to the cloud because of these advantages. Okay. All right. So we briefly understood why cloud, what is cloud, right? So let's try to understand. Abhishek, I understood what is cloud. Now tell me why I should learn only Azure, right? So let's try to understand this. So now I do have like many reasons why you should learn Azure only, right? But I will try to describe, okay? So many of the, like, suppose I worked 10 years in corporate world roughly, right? In all the company, I use a Microsoft product, right? Be it Office, be it a VS Code, be it a SharePoint, be it a PowerPoint, right? So I use a Microsoft product always. Now, now Microsoft has a very good corporate penetration if you think about it. So I know many of you are working professionals, so you agree with me that Microsoft has a very good corporate penetration. Okay. That is why I feel like that is the first reason why I feel that it's very easy for Microsoft to market Azure in general. Okay. Now, also Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and ChatGPT. That also makes a Microsoft very good competitor because OpenAI, ChatGPT, we all know we are using those tools nowadays, right? And at the same time, Microsoft has a good compliance policy, hybrid cloud setup, flexible pricing policy, scalable data lake, speed. Like they have very good products around Synapse Fabric, right? And they have an integration with Databricks. They have a very good Auto ML, and then they have basically like global data centers, right? So I have many points to prove that, but in general, I will suggest you these 2 points. And also, when I was switching to different companies across India, and when I switched my job from India to Europe, I always got interview openings to apply for it, give interview and get selected, right? That is more important, right? So switching job is difficult, but you can only switch if you have an opportunity, right? So that I always got. Now, I think like what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer, paying for it. That's all. Why cloud? Easy to collaborate, easy to maintain, right? That is why the cloud is important. And then why Azure only? Because every company uses a Microsoft product. It's very easy to market Azure, right? Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and ChatGPT, and Microsoft has a very good openings as well. Suppose if you go to Naukri.com as well, if you try to search about it, like I want to find a job, then you can see that hey, what is the salary range across the different salary range you have a opening across like different remote jobs you have, and then across different in locations you have a job, right? So Microsoft has a very good job openings across the globe, and you can also do it in LinkedIn. You can go to LinkedIn and search about it. Okay. Now, it's also very important to understand what is data engineering. Why it's important to understand what is data engineering, because sometimes people come to me and say that Abhishek, I want to learn data engineering, do you teach ML? Or sometimes people come to me and say that Abhishek, I want to learn data engineering, do you teach CI/CD pipeline? And sometimes people come to me and say that Abhishek, I want to learn data engineering, do you teach Power BI, right? So, and I want to tell you, if you want to become a data engineer, neither CI/CD is important, neither a Power BI important, neither a ML reports are important. Okay. You will get many trainings in the market that they will tell you that learn Power BI, learn CI/CD, learn ML, all this they will tell you, right? But it's also, you need to understand that, like, can you learn all of this, right? It's very important question, right? Because being a working professional, learning a very, like, you need to be very focused while you're learning. Rather than learning too many things, you need to really learn important things, which will help you to switch your job rather than focusing on too many things, right? That is more important. So to really be focused, it's also very important to understand what is data engineering. Okay. So let me explain you what is data engineering with a very, very simple example. Okay. So now, suppose I want to open a retail store, right? That I want to open across the globe, right? Across the globe, as in, suppose in India only I want to open. So I reached out to my friends who are a corporate employee, right? And then I told them, hey, you are working in Oracle, right? And I want to open a retail store in Hyderabad. So you are have a job in Hyderabad. So what you do, like, you manage this store after your job, you go and check the store, right? And you store the data in Oracle only, right? Oracle database, right? And the people who don't know Oracle, you can understand it's a normal SQL database. And the people who don't know SQL, you can understand it's a server. It's a normal, like a place where you can create tables, right? That's all. Or you can run some queries to get that table, right? And then I called a friend who is in Delhi, and he basically not a technical guy. So I told him that you can store that in SharePoint. And then I called one more guy and I told him that you basically store data in Salesforce, which is a CRM tool, right? So I called few of my friends in different location, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and then I opened research store in all these stores, in all these places. And I told them you store the data in all these places, right? Then after 3 years, I want to understand total sales, right? So if I want to understand total sales, I need to move the data to one central location so that total sales can be calculated. So here we need to move the data so that, like, first of all, we need to move the data to one central location so that total sales is calculated. So I want to move the data in a cloud storage. Why I want to move the data to cloud storage? Because of this benefit, right? I don't want to store the data in a computer, but rather than that, I want to store the data in a cloud storage because it's collaborative, it's maintainable, right? All of these benefits are there. So that is why I want to store data in a cloud storage. And then I want to transform the data. That is what I want to do, right? Because I want to combine the data so that the dashboard can be prepared, right? So dashboard as in I want to understand total sales. So I want a particular dashboard where it can be shown, right? So what is data engineering? Data engineering is nothing but you need to move the data, do the data transformation, right? To make it ready for the analysis. Data engineering is not building a Power BI report, right? Or a report where that shows those sales KPI can be presented. Data engineering is basically data movement, right? You are trying to move the data from point A to point B, and also you're trying to make the data ready for the analysis, ready for any sort of a descriptive analytics or a predictive analytics. Descriptive analytics means you have the data, you want to understand data. The predictive analytics is you have the data, you want to understand the future outcome, right? Hey, what is the sales forecast that I want to understand? That is done by data scientist, or descriptive analytics is done by data analyst. Data engineer help data analyst and data scientist to do the analysis, right? Data engineer don't do the analysis, right? So what is data engineering? Data engineering is ETL, extract, transform, and load, which you can also call it data movement, data transformation. And data engineer will always and always support data analyst or data scientist. So across my 8 years of career, I worked very, very closely with two people, data analyst or data scientist. But I will not do the job of data analyst or data scientist, meaning I will not work on a Power BI report, I will not work on a Tableau report. I will help them to work on a Power BI report. I will help them to work on a Tableau report, right? That is what I will be doing, right? And I will not work on ML models. I will rather help them. I will get the data for them so that they can work on ML models. I will make sure that data is correct enough to and do analysis of it on it, right? So I will work on data marts. I will create pipelines. I will make sure that data quality is good. I will make sure that code quality is good. I will make sure that performance of the pipeline is good. I will make sure that like whatever pipelines are running, code is good, performance is good. I have documented everything. I am not exposing any sensitive data, right? So all that is data engineering. What is not data engineering? And building ML models is not data engineering. Building reports is not data engineering. CI/CD pipeline is not data engineering. Front-end applications are not data engineering. Managing web development, mobile application is not data engineering. Talking about infrastructure, security, authorization, authentication, all these are not data engineering, right? So admin stuff is not data engineering. I have also seen in the market that people like try to add some sort of a CI/CD. One class I will take for CI/CD. I will teach you CI/CD, right? Building a CI/CD pipeline or building a DevOps pipeline needs a separate attention, needs a separate kind of a detail, right? Like one basic class or one something will cannot help you to build a CI/CD pipeline. So CI/CD pipeline is also not a data engineer, right? So if you want to really run data engineering, you need to become a Azure DevOps guy, not a data engineer. Okay. All right. So this is what the data engineering is. In very, very simple terms, what is data engineering? Data engineering is data movement, data transformation, making the data ready for the data analysis or data scientist, right? That is what the data engineering is. Okay. All right. So let's move ahead now. So I think you guys understood what is cloud. Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer, paying for it, right? That is what the cloud is. Now, why cloud? Like, why people are switching to the cloud? Easy to collaborate, easy to maintain. That is why people are moving to the cloud, right? Let's try to revise a bit, right? So that it's very, very clear. Uh, what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but you're not using your computer, you're using someone else's computer. Easy to collaborate, easy to maintain. Why Azure? Because every company uses a Microsoft product. Microsoft is heavily investing in OpenAI and ChatGPT, right? And then, like, what is data engineering? Data movement, data transformation, and helping data analysts with their data, helping data scientists with their data. Data engineering is not CI/CD, ML model, report, front-end application, web application, infrastructure security. All these are not data engineering. Okay. Now let's try to understand like what are the tools important to become a data engineer. Okay. To become a Azure data engineer specifically, what are the tools important to learn? Like, right? That let's try to understand this. So these are the tools which is important to become a data engineer along with Fabric. Okay. So data factory, Synapse Analytics, DevOps, Databricks, SQL DB, Data Lake, all these tools are important along with Fabric to become a Azure data engineer. Okay. All right. So now let's try to also analyze that these tools come where, right? So suppose here, if you see in the diagram for data movement, as you understood, data engineering is two things, right? Data movement, data transformation. So two basically data for doing the data movement, data factory and Synapse Analytics are important tool for data movement, right? And along with Fabric. So for data movement, data factory, Synapse Analytics, those tools are important for the data movement, right? For data transformation, Databricks, SQL stored procedure, ADF, data flows, all these are important for data transformation, right? So now here I have mentioned all the tools, right? So these are the tools important. So Data Factory, Synapse Analytics, DevOps, Databricks, SQL DB, Data Lake, all these tools are important to become a data engineer. Now you can again tell me, Abhishek, in the starting you told that, hey, I will tell you specific tool, I will tell you few tools. Now you're telling me seven different things to learn, how I can be focused, right? Now I will again help you. So these are the tools which is very, very important to become a data engineer. But now among all these tools, if you really learn and focus on only this, right? Data Factory, Databricks, only two tool, Data Factory and Databricks, Data Factory and Databricks, you are fine. And why you are fine, I will tell you now. So if you go over here and then if you go to, like, if you search the job, right? Here you see Databricks. Here you see Data Factory. Here you again see Data Factory Databricks. Here you again see Data Factory Databricks. Here you again see Data Factory Databricks. Here you again see Data Factory. Here you again see the data modeling, Azure data modeling. Here you again see Databricks. Here you again see Data Factory Databricks. Here you again see Data Factory PySpark Databricks. Here you again see Data Factory Databricks, and then Synapse as well written. But yeah, Data Factory Databricks is there. If you see this Data Factory, Synapse, Data Fabric, Data Factory is still there. So now, if you go to 100 jobs over here and if you try to see, 95% of the job will ask you Data Factory Databricks. In few of the job, they will ask you Synapse. In few of the job, they will ask you Fabric. But now, if you know Data Factory, if you know Databricks, you can also work with Synapse. You can also work with Fabric. So you have to really, really focus on two tools, which is Data Factory Databricks, and you can easily manage with other tools. And this is the proof for it, right? You can go to Naukri, you can check it out, right? Because all the companies are using Data Factory Databricks. Synapse and Fabric are the tools which is made by Microsoft to make one-stop solution for everything. But is it being used in the production environment? No, right? Is it good enough to use in the production environment? No. But Microsoft is trying to promote those tools. But is it being used in the production environment? No. In my company, we use Data Factory. In all the different projects which I have done, we use Data Factory because it's a very good tool to use. Synapse and Fabric is not so good tool to use in the production environment, and then people are not ready to migrate from Data Factory to Synapse, not ready to migrate from Data Factory to Fabric. Okay. All right. So that is why those tools are not important. So you need to really focus on Data Factory. You need to really focus on Databricks. You need to really focus on SQL and Python and Spark, right? That is our four important things which you need to focus upon. Now, I will try to show you all these tools, right? So one by one, we'll try to show you, I will show you all these tools, right? So let me show you Data Factory first. Okay, so here you can come and show Data Factory, right? Here, if I go and then create a pipeline. Now, suppose for this particular requirement, which I was showing you here, right? For this requirement, if I want to move the data using Data Factory from Oracle to Data Lake, this is how I will do it. I will paste a copy activity. I will go to source and I will select, like, suppose I want to move the data from Oracle to Data Lake. So I will select Oracle here, right? I will select Oracle here. And then I will create a connection for this. So Oracle, I will create a connection, right? And then I will select, like, over here, I will select like my SQL DB, right? And I will create a connection for this, right? SQL DB, and I will create a connection for it. That is what I will be doing, right? So I will create a connection for this. Then I can move the data from source to sink, right? For any kind of a source. For example, for all the sources, I can take the data and to any kind of a sink, I can move the data. So this is data movement. Am I writing a code here? No, I'm not writing any code here, right? So Data Factory can be learned by anyone who doesn't know coding, right? Suppose if I don't know any coding, right? Data Factory is a very good tool to learn because like it doesn't require you a coding knowledge. And also you learn one of the most important thing to become a data engineer, which is data migration, which is data movement. Okay. And you can learn it without any coding knowledge, right? So you can work upon it, the ADF, you can learn ADF, and that is the data migration, data movement you can learn, and you don't require any coding language, right? Which means that you don't need Python, you don't know SQL. So you can start with Data Factory. And Data Factory is one of the important tool to learn. So sometimes you might feel that Abhishek, coding is not required. So is it an easy tool to learn? Yeah, it might be an easy tool to learn, but it's very important tool to learn. Why it's important tool to learn? Because Data Factory helps you to create pipeline end to end, right? For example, if I want to migrate the data from here to here and then I want to transform, then I want to make a Power BI report. So I will try to paste a copy data activity and then I want to do a for each of it. For example, like this is for one file, but I want to move multiple file. So I paste a for each activity and I will paste inside this. And then this will help me to move the data from source to data lake, right? And then from data lake again I want to move. So I will paste another for each activity. And then I want to create a metadata. So I will paste a lookup activity again for the metadata, right? All this you will understand, but I'm just trying to show you. And then we will paste a web activity to refresh a dashboard. And now this pipeline can be scheduled end to end, right? Scheduled means, yeah, this pipeline I want to trigger at 9 a.m. in the morning or 9 p.m. in the morning, right? So it helps you to understand the end to end workflow, right? And then it helps you to understand data migration concepts, right? So once you learn the data migration concepts, you can apply those concepts in Synapse, you can apply those concepts in Fabric, because first tool which Microsoft has created is Data Factory, and then they basically created Fabric, they created Synapse, all these tools they have also created, okay? So now the data factory is an important tool to learn, and data factory you can learn it without any coding language, right? So if you're someone who is starting with Azure, data factory is a very good tool to learn, and then it has been asked in the interview, it has been asked in the job market, right? So it's a very important tool to learn. It's a very good tool to learn, right? Now suppose like you know some sort of a SQL or you know some sort of a Python, you know one coding language, then you can work upon data transformation. To work upon data transformation, you need to know one coding language. It can be a SQL, it can be a Python, right? Why one? Because nowadays you have many like tools, like you have ChatGPT, you have a Microsoft Copilot as well. Suppose if I go and if I write my code in SQL, one inner join table table 2 on table 1 dot id equals to table 2 dot id, convert into python. So it can be converted, right? So many of the Python developer is also converting a SQL code. Many of the SQL developer is also converting a Python code, right? So it can be converted, it can be transformed, right? So if you know one coding language, you can manage with the other. But if you know both of the coding language, it's better. Yes, it's better, right? But if you know one coding language, if you don't know any coding language, I really suggest you to learn one coding language. And if you know one coding language, then learn other coding language as well. But like it's important to learn at least one, okay? All right. So now, if you know one coding language, you can work with, for example, if you know SQL, you can transform your data in SQL by writing a SQL query, right? So you write a SQL query and you transform the data. So here you have certain tables which you can transform using a SQL query, right? Now this is like SQL and Python. So SQL, if you know, you can work with SQL, right? And or you should know Python, right? Now you can transform data in the SQL engine, right? That you can do. So some people will ask, Abhishek, why do we need Databricks or Spark, right? So when you have a big amount of data, like for data transformation, data processing, you need a distributed computing. What is distributed computing? So to explain distributed computing, let me open another slide and I will explain what is distributed computing. Okay, give me a moment. All right. So distributed computing is nothing but SQL always process your data in one single machine, only one machine, right? But when you have a multiple data points, right? Suppose if you have a very big amount of data, then you always process data in different machines, right? Suppose if I have a box of coin and I am counting that box of coin, right? So if I distribute that box of coin into different people, then the counting will become faster, right? That is what happens in Spark, right? Spark basically is a distributed computing framework which distributes your like task to different worker, right? Different machines. So suppose if I open Spark, Spark is multi-language. For example, if you know SQL or Python, you can work with Spark, right? And then and then it is a open source, right? So Spark code can be written in Databricks, it can be written in Glue, it can be written like Spark. I can download in my own computer and I can run Spark, right? All this I can do. So now you can again ask Abhishek, like Spark is important and Spark is distributed computing. So why Databricks, right? So Databricks is basically created by creators of Apache Spark. Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark. For example, if you go to Spark Wiki, so Databricks is originally created by Spark, Apache Spark founder itself. So Databricks is much more mature tool when you want to do Spark processing, because it's created by Apache Spark founder itself. So if you want to learn Spark, which is a distributed computing, is Databricks is the first tool to learn, right? Because it's also widely accepted. For example, you have a Azure Databricks as well. You have a like a GCP Databricks as well, right? So that you also have GCP Databricks as well, right? You have a AWS Databricks as well, right? So if you know Databricks, it will help you in all the cloud platform, right? So now, and also like let me show you how does the Databricks look. So now what is distributed computing? Let me show you this. So suppose if I go here and try to create a compute, right? If I go edit and if I select like suppose here you can see 2 to 10 worker, right? And then this is the nothing but a virtual machine, right? This is standard D4, DV4 is a virtual machine. So you are like trying to get access of a virtual machine, right? So this is a virtual machine, and then you are saying that I need 2 to 10 worker, means 2 to 10 different workers I need to process the data, right? That is what you are looking for. So now like give me a moment. Now ADS is important, SQL or Python is important, Databricks is important, Spark is important. So whatever knowledge you'll get in Spark that can be applied in Databricks, it can be applied in Glue, it can be applied in Synapse, it can be applied in Fabric as well, because Spark is universal. But we are choosing Databricks because Databricks is created by creators of Apache Spark, and it's one of the important tool which you can learn when you want to learn Spark, right? Now in Databricks, you can write both of the language, because in Spark, you can write both of the language, right? For example, Spark can be written in all the language, SQL, Python, everything, right? So suppose if you know one language, you can also, it has a AI integration, AI assistant over here, which can help you to convert the code. For example, the thing which you have done over here, you can also do it over here. So it has a AI assistant. So if you know one coding, you can manage with other coding language very easily, right? That you can do, right? So over here you can see I can convert the code into the PySpark. I can convert PySpark to Python, right? So one coding language is mandatory, but if you don't know like one coding language, you can manage with like if you know one coding language already, I suggest you to learn other coding language as well, right? So this is important, okay? All right. So now these are the tools which is important to learn. ADF, Python, SQL, Database, Spark, right? Now if I also show you, right? Now this is a report generated by World Economic Forum, right? So World Economic Forum generated this report, right? So now if you see share of employee considering the core skill in 2025, right? And then share of employee expecting increase in skill in use by 2025, right? So suppose here you can see AI in big data is a high in number and high in demand. Why it's in demand? Because AI in big data is growing, right? So your data volume is increasing day by day. So the AI in big data is very important. And when you want to process big amount of data, you need to use distributed computing. And for that, Spark is important. And for that, database is important. So that is why database is important and Spark is important. Okay. So now these are the tools which is important to learn, right? So now just let's try to conclude. ADF is important, and here you can do data movement where you don't need any coding. So if you don't know coding, if you're starting with Azure, ADF is a very good tool to learn. Now, one coding, either SQL or Python, you can choose and learn, right? And if you know already one coding, learn the other one, basics of it, right? Then Databricks and Spark is important. So all these tools are really, really important to learn data engineering. Okay. All right. Now let's try to understand that. Hey Abhishek, now you can tell, like, now you can tell me, Abhishek, what is the roadmap I should follow, right? And how do I can learn it, and how I can basically go further about it. Can you suggest? So I will, let me try to suggest you this. Okay. So this is the roadmap which we suggest, right? So we have, like, if I show you this. Now let me suggest you the different roadmap which you can follow, right? Depending upon the different profiles, right? So suppose if somebody is here who doesn't know any coding, for example, if somebody is here who doesn't know any sort of a coding, new to Azure, like if you suppose if you know SQL as well, like you are new to Azure, right? So the roadmap which is good for you is this roadmap, Azure Data Engineering roadmap, right? And this roadmap, which we have designed, is for 3 years of experience guy, right? And then here we will be teaching you ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Fabric, warehousing, right? We will focus on ADF because this is made for someone who has a basic understanding about coding, doesn't know about coding too much. So we will focus on ADF. We will learn ADF basic to advanced. We will learn Databricks basic to mid. We will learn Synapse and Fabric. We'll learn about warehousing. We will do 3 projects here. You learn about data migration concepts, and those concepts you can apply everywhere else. You learn about full load, delta load. You will do one project on ADF, one project on Databricks, one project on Synapse. You learn Fabric, and this will give you 3 years of experience in total, right? 3 years of experience in total. 3 years of like relevant experience in Azure data engineering, right? That it will give you. Anybody who like doesn't know any coding, new to Azure, from a sales background, from a marketing background, can also do this, right? You can expect up to 15 to 20 package if you follow this roadmap, right? And then, like, we recently started the batch, right? So for 5th of March 8 p.m. IST, it's a 2 months course, right? And then the classes will happen like Monday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we are starting another batch on 20th of March 9 a.m. IST, right? So let me show you the roadmap of it, right? So this is the roadmap. Now, here, as I told you, that here we'll be focusing on data factory, right? We'll be focusing on data lake. We'll be focusing on integration runtime, link service, all the data factory component like parameterization, lookup, delta load, full load, git integration. Then we will learn about Databricks, right? So we will learn about Databricks. Now, if you don't know coding, we will guide you, right? How the basic syntax we will write, we will guide you about it. Then we learn about Key Vault, if else activity, triggers, Synapse Analytics, fact dimension, data warehousing. We'll learn about Fabric as well, right? And then we'll do 3 projects. One project is this second project is this, third project is this. And all these projects can be replicated to all the industries. Suppose if you're from healthcare domain, if you're from uh, if you are from retail domain, if you are from supply chain domain, all this project can be replicated to all the domains, right? It's not limited to domain because all the domains need a dashboarding, and all these projects are dashboarding centric. So we will give you the architecture. We will help you how to implement the architecture, right? That is what we will be telling you, right? And here the focus is to learn ADF, Databricks, Synapse, Fabric, warehousing, and we will focus too much on ADF right over here. And then this we will learn for 2 months. We have 2 batches for this. One batch, like tomorrow, you can start joining from tomorrow. Like 1 2 sessions, introduction session has been happened, right? For this, we will give you the recording, and then you can start joining from tomorrow. Okay. And we will start a morning batch as well from 20th of March. We'll start a morning batch 9 a.m. IST. Okay. All right. Now we have another like curriculum, right? Suppose sometime people come and say that, hey Abhishek, I want to learn only Databricks, right? And then I want to focus on Spark processing and only Databricks, right? That is what I want to focus upon. So then in that case, we have another roadmap for you, right? Suppose if somebody says that I want to really learn only Databricks and Spark, right? So let me show you this. Let me show you the roadmap. It's taking time, so I will open it here. So this is a Databricks Spark module, right? So this is again a 2 months course. Here we will be focusing on Databricks Spark architecture, cluster creation, RDT data frame API, conversion of PySpark to Pandas, Pandas to PySpark, DB utils, Spark optimization, managed stable, unmanaged stable, Azure DevOps, Git integration, secret scope, common transformation, JDBC connector, Databricks CLI, right? Spark optimization, autoloader, dynamic partition pruning, right? Repartition coalesce, predicate push down, complex JSON handling, right? Broadcast join, CSV join, right? Broadcast join, short merge join, Z ordering. So here the focus is to learn Databricks and Spark, and whatever knowledge you'll get here, Databricks knowledge can be applicable to all the cloud platform. And also whatever knowledge of Spark you're getting, we'll be focusing 1 month on Spark optimization, and whatever knowledge you'll get here for Spark, it can be applied to all the different places like Glue, Fabric, Synapse. And we will do two projects here. We will do this Lakehouse architecture project, and we will do this architecture project. We'll do two projects here. So we will try to learn how architecture has evolved, right? So this is how the architecture has evolved. In 1980, we used to use this architecture diagram. In 2011, we used this architecture diagram. In 2020, we use this architecture diagram. So we will understand how the architecture has also evolved, right? So this is the like a Databricks and Spark module, right? And here you can also see Databricks Spark module, right? And all of our training program comes with 7-day refund policy, price match policy. If you get a similar kind of a training anywhere in the market, you come back to us and get a price match policy, right? And then we have a 7-day refund policy as well. Nobody comes to us for a refund because our teaching is said, but we are giving that kind of a comfort as well. Okay. Now Uh, give me a moment. I will open this slide. Okay, all right. So now this is a Spark module, and this is also for anybody who has 3 years of experience, less experience, looking for 3 projects, right? And then you learn about Databricks. You can apply any job related to Databricks. You learn Spark architecture, big data processing, Unity catalog. But for this, either SQL and Python is required, right? You cannot learn this without a SQL and Python knowledge, right? And then we won't be teaching you SQL and Python. We can give you the SQL and Python recording, but we won't be teaching you SQL and Python in the course, right? That we won't be doing, because like many people take 2 3 classes of SQL, and then they teach you basic syntax of SQL, how to write where clause, having all this, which doesn't help. So if you want to learn SQL Python, get a dedicated recording and learn from that, rather than like learning in the Azure data engineering course. Okay. All right. So now if you say that Abhishek, I am an experienced guy, right? If you are an experienced guy, then you should learn both of them very deeply, right? You should learn Azure data engineering fully, which is like data factory, database, everything. And you should learn like a database Spark fully, right? You should learn both of them, and you need to invest 4 months duration of time. And then you will get 4 5 years of experience. You learn about ADF, Databricks, Synapse, warehousing, right? You learn about 6 projects. You learn about data migration, full load, delta load. You'll do one project on Databricks, one project on Synapse, right? Anyone can do this, right? And then the batch is for this, you have again, we have a 2 batches, 5th March 8 p.m. IST, and we'll again start a batch on 20th of March 9 a.m. IST. So you can either join a morning batch or an evening batch, right? So for database we have a weekend batch. For Azure data engineering we have a morning batch or a weekend batch, right? And for combined course as well, we have a morning batch or a weekend batch, right? Sorry, for combined course as well, we have a morning batch, evening batch. For Databricks, we have a weekend batch, and for Azure Data Engineering, we have a morning batch and evening batch. Evening batch you can start joining from tomorrow. If you want to join a morning batch, you can join from 20th of March, right? Databricks and Spark module, it will start from 27th of March. But once you register, we will give you the recording from which you can learn, right? And then we have a combined course as well, which has a morning batch, evening batch, right? So let me write it here so that it's very clear for you. We have a Azure data engineering module, for which we have like a morning and evening batch. For Azure Databricks, we have a weekend batch, and we have a combined module, right? For which also we have a morning and evening batch, right? Morning is basically 8 9 a.m. IST. It will start from 20th of March. Evening is running right now. The classes happens on 9 8 p.m. IST, right? It happens on Monday, Thursday, Friday, right? It happens every day, weekdays every day. And then for Azure Database and Spark, we have a weekend batch, which will start from 27th of March. You will get a recording of it, like a recording to start now and learn once you register. And then we have a like a combined course having a same structure, morning, evening, right? Here you will learn Azure Data Engineering first, and then we will learn Databricks and Spark, right? So it has the same itself. We'll finish this module first, and then we'll start this module, okay? So this is a schedule of the course, right? Now, some people will ask that, hey, Abhishek, how the learning journey will look like, right? So let me show you the learning journey now, right? So suppose now sometimes like people ask that we will practice and what kind of a data we will deal, right? So let me show you this. We will basically practice over here all the classes over here in this subscription, right? So Azure gives you 1 month of free subscription where you can practice, right? So here you will practice everything. 1 month of free subscription you'll get where you can practice, and after 1 month you can upgrade your account to pay as you go, which will cost you 500 to 1000 rupees a month, not more than that, right? Suppose if I go to my billing and if I show you, I pay around this much only, right? So suppose if I go to my invoice and billing, here you can see $10, $14. Here I was doing some projects because like it was a vacation time, so I was doing some project, that is why it's more, but it's generally $10, right? 1000 rupees a month, not more than that. I am teaching daily, that is why it's a bit more for me, but like $5 to $10 a month. But if you want to mitigate that, you can create another account by using another credit card or a debit card, right? By using a different email ID, different phone number, and I will guide you for that. And I will also tell you how you can optimize and practice in $5 to $10 a month, right? And then some people will ask me, Abhishek, what sort of a data we will be using? So let me show you this as well. So we will be using different kind of a data. We will be using like a big amount of data, such as like it has a 10 million file, 50 million file, that also we'll be using. We'll be using different kind of a CSV file formats as well. We'll be using like a MS SQL file formats as well. We'll be using a Parquet data as well. Then we will be using like the CSV files, JSON file, all this file we will be using. So we will be working with a big amount of data as well, small amount of data as well. We will be working with the different kinds of data sets as well, right? Suppose we'll be working with different kinds of data set as well that we will be doing, okay? So it's not like we will be using a small data set always. We work with the 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, all kind of a data set. And then we'll understand how the optimization work on big data. That also we'll be doing. What is the salary you can expect by doing this course, right? So you can expect this much amount of salary by doing this, right? Suppose in India you can expect up to 15 0 to 3 years of experience guy can expect up to 15 LPA. 3 to 5 years of experience guy can expect up to 15 to 25 LPA. More than 5 years experience guy expect up to 25, more than 25 LPA. In India as well, you can expect this much amount of salary bracket. In Europe as well, you can expect this much amount of salary bracket. In Dubai as well, you can expect up to this much amount of salary bracket. And in across the globe, I have trained people and I have helped people to gain this much amount of salary bracket. So you don't need to worry about it. I can also guide you. What is the certification which you can do, right? So I have like I cleared the certification, and this is the certification roadmap. So by doing the training, you can clear the fundamental, data fundamental, lakehouse fundamental, right? Associate fundamental, professional fundamental, and this certification is no longer valid. But if it would have been valid, we can do the certification as well. So all the certification is also possible by doing this training program, right? Now let me show you the LMS portal. How does the LMS portal look, right? Let me show you that now. So suppose how the learning journey will look like. Let me show you that. So all of our training program follow the same kind of a learning journey, but like suppose class by class, we will basically class by class we will learn. So we will give you the problem statement, class by class we build project. After A classes are done, we are doing first project. Then class by class we are again building, class by class we are again building, class by class we are again building. And then after certain classes are done, we are again showing you another project. So this is the one another project we are showing you, and everything is done real time in front of you, right? Without any error. That's why it's doable in like that's why it's doable in too much duration of time, because everything is data set is figured out, architecture is figured out, classes are also figured out. We are doing everything real time in front of you, and this architecture, this projects, everything is built a long time, right? So suppose 2.5 year, 3 year I'm regularly training, and so we are building, we are basically polishing it day by day, and then this is how we came into, right? And then, like after all these trainings are done, we are giving the scenario-based questions, scenario-based production issues which you can face, right? And then we are telling you how to introduce yourself, how to optimize your Naukri.com, how to optimize your LinkedIn. Then we are giving you project explanation so that you can write your project. Then we are giving you the resume so that you can make your resume. Then we are giving you the topic was interview question, company was interview question. So it's like I told you what is the solution, right? You need to follow a tutor, like you can follow me or you can follow someone else, right? And then you need to focus on a particular focus direction, right? Don't invest too much on R&D. Here it's a focus direction. We are teaching you building projects, helping you to write project. Then like we are giving you a sample resume so that you can prepare your resume, you're ready, right? That is what we are following and we are giving you, right? Now, this is what people do, right? For example, if you are a Power BI developer having 5 years of experience, you are expecting 20 LPA package, right? So after the training, what you can do, you can write like you are a Power BI developer, you have 2 years of experience, you can show Azure data engineering 3 years of experience, right? And you can target 20 LPA because with 3 years of experience, it's possible to target 20 LPA. Similar to that, if you are Oracle DBA having 10 years of experience, you are expecting 30 LPA package. So you can show that you have a 6 years of Oracle experience and 4 years of Azure data engineering experience. You can target the same package. You will write like you will learn from us, but you will write your experience as a corporate experience because that experience counts. If you want to write as a freelancing experience, that also you can do, but that decreases the chances of getting selected in the interview, right? Interview or like like resume getting selected, right? And you're not doing anything wrong, reason being that you will be able to like you write these projects and then you go to the interview, you answer all the interview questions because you're learning from us. And also at the same time, once you get selected, you will be able to like deliver the project as well at the same time because we are training you all the real-time scenarios, right? And many people has done it in the past. For example, if I show you the different profiles, this is Kiran who learned from us, right? And then working as data engineer right now, right? And then I was showing you just Karan's profiles in the past, right? So he also basically working in a Coreforge, like, and then switched to working at TCS, got a job in Coreforge, right? And then he switched as a data engineer. Then Harshit also like got a job in Expelio. So I was showing this LinkedIn profile as well, right? So he's also working in Expelio right now. Right. And then you have a Deepak as well, who is working as data engineer, learned from us, right? Working as data engineer right now. And then you have Abhinav, who was from a marketing background, searched as a data engineer, switched to a data engineer, right? So he was from marketing background and then switched to data engineer. Then you have this Ritu as well, who was from commerce background, switched to data engineer, right? Done commerce, then switched to data engineer, right? So all this is possible, right? So now if you want to join the training offered by us, right, you can enroll for the course, right? And then as I told you that, hey, this is the basically the program, right? Azure Data Engineering, Databricks Spark combined course, and then these are the like timing in which we are running the courses, right? So if you want to join a evening batch, you can join from tomorrow. If you want to join from morning batch, you can join from 20th of March. And if you are really interested in Databricks Spark, you can join a weekend batch. Will start from 27th of March, right? All right. So if you want to enroll for the course, if you want to start with us, right? And then this is the this is the offer which we are giving, right? So let me show you this. So this is the offer which we are giving for the enrollment, right? So for Azure Data Engineering course, you can join from tomorrow. 3 classes are done. We will give you the overview once you join. This is the basic introductory class. We are just learning the introductions. You can join from tomorrow. 5th of March you can join, and then you can also join a morning batch which starts from 20th of March, and you can get the course in 17,000 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now. The rest you can pay after a week, right? And then similarly, the original price for this is 20,000 rupees. You can get it in 17,000 rupees, right? Sorry, this is not updated a bit, but for Databricks and Spark, you can get it in a similar price, 17,000 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, and then we will share you the recording for the learning. For the combined course, again the same timing, right? 5th of March, 20th of March, 31,000 is the fees, right? So if you combine both of them, it's 40,000 rupees. But if you enroll together, you can get it in 31,000 rupees. You need to pay 15,000 rupees now, rest after a week, right? And if you want any pre-recorded material, you can get in 10% discount, right, in the website after the demo. Okay. So let me share you the link for the enrollment. Okay, so for Azure Data Engineering, you can get it in 70,000 rupees. For Database Spark also, you can get it in 17,000 rupees. For combined course, you can get it in 31,000 rupees. You need to pay 15,000 rupees now. And all these are enrollment link. Once you pay, we will contact you to understand which course you're joining, which particular timing you're joining. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay. All right. So this is the link and this is the enrollment link for that. Okay. All right, guys. So now if you have any question, anything, I will give you the unmute option and you can ask question. Give me a moment. All right, guys. So now if you have any question around anything, you can probably unmute yourself and ask questions as well.
Yeah, Abhishek, regarding this recording thing, so even for recordings also we're going to get this interview
Sorry,
preparation
come
thing
again.
and all.
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, regarding the if we go with the recordings,
Yeah.
so how the support will be done for interviews and all? If we want to clarify anything and or resume preparation, how it will be done for recordings?
So for recording, we will be like adding you to a recording group where you can.
Like, let me show you. So we have a different like the groups. So for example, like here we have like a recording group for AWS, for Azure, and then many people are here who asked out over here. 132 people are here who asked out. So we'll add you over here where you can communicate and ask out. You can also ping me directly and ask out. So we'll make sure that your doubts are clear. And then we will give you the LMS access where the resumes are there. You can like check out the resume and then like make your resume, send it to us, and then we'll review your resume. The difference between live and recording is you cannot attend the class live, and also the interview support is not there. For example, like if you want to communicate, if you want to call us and then discuss with us that hey, this is the interview which I'm giving, and then like how I can prepare for this and that interview. So those things are not there, but the LMS access is given to you. You can go
You can go through the like all the learning material, prepare it, but two things are not there. Like interview assistance, mock interview is not there, and also you cannot attend the live, but everything is same beside that. Okay.
Okay, but the questions, everything will be provided, interview
Yeah, so
questions
you
and
will
all.
get the same LMS access, like this LMS access you'll
Oh,
get. Uh,
okay, but only whenever we are going to attend the interview, if we want to discuss with you, that facility won't be
that
available in
specific
recording.
support is not there, which is there in the live session.
Okay,
Yeah, and
okay.
also mock interview won't be conducted.
That will be till this 2 months only, or how that will be? Only the session time if it
No, no,
going
this
like live.
session is always there for you. It's like lifetime access for you, and you can also ask
Okay,
the doubt. Like there's no
okay,
like time limit for that.
okay, okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Anybody has
so
any
quick
doubt,
question.
guys?
Yeah, Abhishek, quick question to me. Um,
Yeah,
for
please go
Microsoft
ahead.
Fabric, right? You said like you'll teach from basic to mid. When you say like basic to mid, what's the curriculum for that? Because Microsoft Fabric is one of the evolving tools, right? So you like to would like to get more insights on that.
Hello, can you please repeat your question again?
Okay. On the curriculum for Azure Data Engineering, you specified Fabric, uh, basic to mid, right?
Uh-huh.
So what did you cover in that? Because like Fabric is one of the evolving tools. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe like not many live projects are happening today, but I see down the line, right? Within 1 year or 2 years, like a lot of applications will go to Fabric. So what's the curriculum you'll be teaching from Fabric standpoint?
So, um, like, suppose this fabric has already came in the market. It has been 1 year, 2 year already. And in my company, like if you say that, hey, people will migrate to Fabric, it's not true. Why it's not true? Because like it's not good enough to migrate. That company invests time to migrate, because in my company we are using ADF, and then we don't want to migrate. Reason being that we are happy with Data Factory and Databricks, and it's not giving any added advantage that we need to migrate. So your assumption that in 1 to 2 year the migration will happen, it's not like that I don't see happening for now. So what we will teach you right now, we will like teach you data factory centric course curriculum, right? And then we'll teach you basics of data fabric, in which we will teach you that, hey, this is what you learn in data factory, how you can implement same thing in fabric. That is what we will be teaching you. So we will try to relate it rather than teaching you everything in fabric, because that has a UI difference. So we won't be teaching you, making you familiar about like fabric UI, and then we will teach you this is what you learn in data factory, and you can implement these things in fabric from using this and that way. So that we will be guiding you. So we'll take 4 to 5 classes in which we will give you the basics about fabric, and we will guide you that whatever you have learned in data factory, how you can implement in fabric.
So my question is like you'll expose us to one lake, all those things on Fabric, right? Like
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody has any question, guys? Anybody has any question, guys? If you have any question about anything, you can
Hello.
probably go ahead and ask. Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Abhishek. Himanshu here.
Yeah.
So I am into non-IT. Uh, I'm into market research and consulting right now, and have 8 years of experience in it. So I know basics of SQL
Mhm.
and also Power BI.
Mhm.
So I mean I'm figuring out. Which tools should I move to data analytics or business analytics or data engineering? So can you please, give some light on that?
Data engineering would be better for you. Reason being that you are a data analyst, so you work on SQL, you work on like Tableau. There are these are the tools which you can work. And then if you want to really like switch, right? Or if you want to
Mhm.
grow as a data analyst only, you need to have a one domain experience. For example, like I do have a domain experience of 10 years. So I can go to any domain person and then I can ask for a good hike or good package, because I am very experienced in that. So you target domain. If you want to grow as a like a business analyst or data analyst, you target a domain, right? That is what you target. But now if you
Okay.
say that, Abhishek, like I want to gain or switch my package soon, then you target tools. You learn different tools, or you learn things end to end. For example, if you learn data engineering, then you learn tools end to end. Like till now you are using the data which is prepared, but you try to move the data so that you do analysis on top of it. So you switch data engineering. So in my previous slides as well, I have shown that many of the data analysts also come and learn data engineering, because that gives them a better hike or better switch, right? That they give them, because data analyst tools are specific. So you learn data engineering to grow faster. So if you know Power BI, Power BI
Mhm.
is also like incoming, like trying to integrate with Fabric, and those things are happening. So you rather learn Data Factory. That is the first tool which you should learn, and then you learn database as well. That is what I suggest you, which would be better for you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody has any other question, guys? So just to conclude, right, we have these three batches, right? Azure Data Engineering, morning batch, evening batch. Evening batch is already started. You can join from tomorrow. Morning batch will start on 20th of March. If you want to join a weekend batch, you can join from 27th of March, right? And then this is the offer which we are giving for the enrollment, right? So we are basically giving a Azure retention course is 17,000 rupees, combined course in 31,000 rupees, and this is 17,000 rupees. This offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST. So you can enroll and start learning from us. And if you have any question, you can ask us now. Anybody has any question, guys?
Hi Abhishek. If we
Yeah.
have to enroll for any course, then can we enroll it from the website or do we need to get in touch with anyone? Say, for example, if I have to pay only the enrollment fees, so will there be an option to pay only that amount or will I have to pay the complete amount if I be enrolling from the website?
In the website, you need to pay the full amount. If you want to and like if you want to get a discount and enroll, you can use the link which I have sent in the chat and you can enroll by using that. But in the website, you'll not get option. You will not get that option to get the enrollment.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. Anybody has any question, guys? How many days it will take to complete the whole course? Like it will take 4 months to complete the whole course if you are trying to enroll for a combined course. So, Aparna, yes, just to answer your question, it will take 4 months to complete the whole course if you are trying to enroll for the combined course. Okay. So Ramesh, if you want to target a 50 LPA package, I suggest you to take a combined course, right? That is what I suggest you to take for now and complete the combined course, right? And which will help you to gain up to 30 to 35 LPA package. And then you can learn a Snowflake as well. Like Snowflake is also a very good course, right? So Snowflake you can learn to further skill up, right? But start with these two courses first and then you learn Snowflake after that. Okay. If you have any follow-up question, you can ask me, Ramesh. Anybody has any question, guys, which you can answer? Okay, one last time. Anybody has any question, guys, which I can answer? Thank you for the enrollment. Few people are already enrolled, so thank you so much. Let's meet tomorrow and start learning. If you have any question, you can ask me now. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining the masterclass. I hope it was helpful for everyone. If you have any question, you can ask me. I'm still here. I
Yeah,
will
Abhishek.
be in a yeah. Anybody was saying something?
Yeah, so I'm going to like once I enroll, if I want to pick the batch, right, then I'll be contacted or
Yeah,
how
we
that
will be
would.
contacting you once you enroll. We will be contacting you.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
we will be contacting you on the same number which you write in your like payment. So please like write the number correctly and we will be contacting you through an email or a phone number like WhatsApp.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Anybody has any question, guys? Okay. All right. Thank you so much who enrolled for the course. This offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, right? So use the link. I will again paste the link, right? Give me a moment. You can use this link. You can copy the link. I am still here in unmute option, right? You can if you have any question, you can like unmute and ask. I'm still listening to you, right? Thank you so much who joined for the masterclass, and I hope it taught you something. See you around. Bye.